if you look behind me on the wall, you can see the 16-meter mark. That's 16 meters of water. The white, even higher than that, is where the water marks the rock when the dam is full. So if you just take a turn around and look at the dam and see we're sitting in a moonscape here where there's no water. There's no water. As you can see, I'm walking where I should be swimming. We're in the middle of our rainy season and there's not a drop here. We have a water problem that's going to affect you and me. At Kruistement Vlei, we're doing various things to try and conserve our water, to maximize every drop. We're using composting toilets, we're using mulching, we're generating compost to protect the ground. What people call waste is actually a resource. So you need to use that product as a resource where it will work. And a couple of our circles are, whatever waste vegetables we have will either go to the pigs or the chickens or the earthworms. Where it gets recycled, the feces from the pigs and the geese and the chickens goes back into the compost heaps that we then use on the vegetables again. The worms, that soil goes back onto the vegetables grow again, we have food for those animals again. We have systems of recycling water where water is collected and then reused again. And then any organic material is turned into a compost heap, or it's put into a swali, or it's put into hugel culture. So we actually bring other people's waste onto the farm and use that. And then there's always a method of reutilizing it, of rejuvenating it, of taking something that people call waste, people don't want, people think it smells, and we take that and we turn it into the most beautiful product.
Anything that we don't need for cooking, or if it's leftovers, we take this, it goes into the compost bin, which is always in the kitchen. And this bin either goes to the worms, depending on when last they've been fed, or it goes to the chickens, the geese, or it goes to the pigs. So nothing gets wasted.
We don't throw anything away. Whatever we get out of the kitchen gets recycled. If you have a look in here, you'll see the worms. We just pull away the newspaper. The newspaper's here to keep them moist. You can see the beautiful worms in there. Look at that. And we just take the material and we put it on the worms. It's just, it's such a good feeling not to throw anything away, not to let it end up in a tip somewhere where it's putrid and causing obnoxious smells and bad gases. I mean, have a look at this. Shows you how fertile it is. There's a plant growing from a potato skin. That shows you how healthy the ground is. It obviously hasn't got leaves because it doesn't get sunshine, but that gives you an indication of how fertile the environment is and how healthy. Well, we'd love to be self-sufficient. Self-sufficient means that we don't need to go to the shops to buy anything. So we grow everything on the farm that we need. There's bounty, there's enough to eat, people are healthy, and we can continue no matter what the world decides to do.
I was inspired by the good work KSV is doing, how they are mimicking nature to build soils and also to sustain livelihoods. It's really interesting to know that they are not using any chemicals, and they're actually a self-sustaining farm. They get their own food from here, their livestock get food from here, and I was inspired to come and learn more about it. And I think I'll get out of this place with a lot of skills and a lot of knowledge that I'll implement in my home country, Zimbabwe.
You could be walking on the moon. You're walking in a dam. Here's something to consider. Hunger. Have you ever experienced hunger like this dam is experiencing hunger for water? Because hunger is something that a lot of us have never experienced. But unless we start to conserve our resources and do something about global warming, we're all going to go hungry. And the next wars, they've spoken about the next wars being about water. What are you doing about it?